Hey, Dr. Thomas, it's good to see you. It's always a pleasure to get to speak to you, sir. Thank you for being here on my first ever public-facing discussion slash podcast, I suppose you could call it. And it's honestly a real pleasure to be able to have you here. Not only do you have 9 PhDs and many high-level awards from the prestigious Stephen Hawking Award, and also being named in the top 100 influential figures of 2024, but you're also a member of the Forbes Technology Council, while also being a CEO, a leader in multiple ways, such as your experience as commander of the Indian Navy. Wow, it's just an incredible background, incredible introduction. Of course, I've had the opportunity of being able to work with you over the last year and a half, and it's been quite the honor, quite the experience, I must say. So for those viewers that are watching that don't know you, don't know your background, would you be able to give a background of what you do and who you are, please?
Joshua, thank you for the kind words. So my journey has been shaped by very diverse experiences, and which is core to how I approach my work today. Now, asking about background, quantum science has been the foundation of my work. It offers a potential to tackle many complex challenges, from enhancing agricultural productivity to developing more sustainable energy systems. I focused most of my research on applying quantum principles in practical ways, and that brings measurable impact. So talking about my career, I began in the Indian Navy, focused on advanced aerospace, marine engineering, and data systems, including aviation. Now, this taught me the systems thinking and resilience, and handle the high stake operations and understand the technology at scale. Over the years, I've completed, as you mentioned, a lot of doctorates and postdoctorate research in fields like quantum science, computer science, strategic management, AI, marine technology, and even agriculture. Now, each one allowed me to deep dive and build a rigorous scientific foundation, which I apply to practical solutions today. And my role at TOL Biotech combines scientific vision with strategy that makes sure that innovations don't just stay in the lab, but become tools that can transform industries. In terms of recognitions and awards, I'm honored to be recognized with the Stephen Hawking Global Award. It came actually as a bolt from the blue in January 2024, and also among the top 100 influential figures. Again, I was totally blown away by that mention, and also the world's best and emerging leader, 2022 at the House of Lords, British Parliament. Now, for me, these acknowledgements reflect a commitment to impactful science, and I focused on applying that science practically where it matters most. And being part of the Forbes Technology Council has given me insight into industry trends and challenges across sectors, which help bridge my scientific work and industry needs. In short, in everything I do, I prioritize, blend rigorous science with real-world impact, aiming to drive innovations that contribute to a sustainable, secure, and efficient future.
Wow, Dr. Thomas, that is a really, really incredible background. What most people could only ever dream of, and I just want to mention this also. The fact about diamonds are created under pressure. It's clear to see through your hard work and dedication, and your years of continuous improvements has led you to being the amazing, super successful man you are today. So I highly commend that, and I'm sure all the viewers watching will also. That's quite the story. So going on to the next question, Dr. Thomas. I recall about 6 years ago watching on YouTube a video of you talking about blockchain at Oxford University, and it was clear to see even back then you were an early visionary in groundbreaking technologies. So my question to you is, in that time, obviously your experience has grown tenfold. in areas of quantum science and many other areas. Do you think that the blockchain has developed like you thought it would? And what would you like to see be done differently?
Thank you for mentioning that. Those early days at Oxford were exciting as blockchain was just beginning to reveal its potential. Blockchain's development since then has been impressive, though some aspects have unfolded differently than I initially envisaged. Now, here's my perspective. In principle, blockchain has evolved into a transformative technology by providing decentralization and immutability, principles rooted in cryptographic integrity and the Byzantine fault tolerance problem. This ensures consensus, even when the parties may act unpredictably. Now, we are seeing blockchain applied in finance, logistics, and now even carbon tracking, showing its adaptability across complex systems that demand transparency. If you see the current limitations and the technological gaps, blockchain's initial issues with scalability and energy consumption, now they have been more significant than anticipated. You talked about solutions like layer 2s and sharding architectures. They are based on parallel processing principles to address these issues, but they're still in the early stages. If you look at quantum algorithms, once they mature, would revolutionize blockchain's encryption and verification, potentially resolving these scalability and interoperability challenges by leveraging quantum superposition and entanglement for faster and secure consensus. If you talk about Bitcoin and layer 2 systems, Bitcoin's future as a digital score of value aligns with users. Now, Bitcoin's finance or finite supply that underpins its value retention. But for broader applications, layer 2 protocols like the Lightning Network are essential. These, they rely on the game theory to create efficient micro payment channels that could support mass adaptation for minimizing the transaction fees and delays. Now, if you look at beyond currency and application in critical systems, blockchain's real potential now lies in sectors demanding data integrity and transparency. At TOL Biotech, we use blockchain in traceability chains for agriculture, allowing every step from seed sourcing to carbon sequestration to be verifiable. We can apply Merkle trees and cryptographic hashing, and we can provide secure, tamper-proof data trails, which is a feature critical for carbon credits and sustainable practices where data validity is essential. If you see the future path, blockchain's future trajectory that depends on breakthroughs in quantum-proof encryption and enhanced interoperability across systems. Now, this will allow blockchain to integrate into the daily life without any technical barriers. Now, with scientific laws like the Shannon's information theory that guides the way for improved data transmission, storage efficiency, and blockchain could eventually become an integrated, seamless layer in sectors like climate monitoring, healthcare, and even molecular science. Blockchain is more than a technology. It's an evolving framework for secure, transparent interactions that can redefine trust at scale. And as encryption methods evolve, the energy efficient consensus models, they will advance. And I personally seen blockchain moving from a niche technology to a foundational layer in sectors where data accuracy and security are of prime importance.
100%. And even in the current bull run trajectory that we're seeing at the moment, since the Trump's announcements of taking office, we've seen some crazy things happening in the space. And it's definitely clear to see that without further advancements in technologies, this is all speculation. It's all it's all people seeing that Bitcoin is a store of value and choosing to have that as a store of value. But there's a lot more potential and a lot more things in the horizon for Bitcoin and the entire blockchain space. So that's a really cool insight. Thank you, Dr. Thomas. Next question. As a leader in quantum science, how do you see quantum technology reshaping industries over the next decade?
Sure. Quantum science isn't just about pushing the boundaries of what's possible. It's about fundamentally changing how we approach problems. Now, over the next decade, we'd like to see quantum technology making substantial impacts in areas like material discovery, encryption, and optimization. In material discovery, quantum mechanics, it allows us to model molecular structures at atomic levels, bypassing trial and error. And in agriculture, for instance, quantum models can identify new materials that boost crop resilience or reduce water needs. This isn't theoretical. It's already in the early testing phases. And I've been working on this for the last 6 years, and this could reshape sectors like farming and bioengineering. In terms of data security and quantum encryption, conventional encryption that relies on factorization. That's a problem quantum computers could solve exponentially faster than classical computers due to Shor's algorithm. Now, this will lead to quantum encryption methods that provide secure, real-time protection against cyber threats, making data storage and communication vastly more secure. And in terms of optimization in logistics and resource management, quantum optimization algorithms, they leverage superposition and entanglement. Now, these enable simultaneous exploration of numerous solutions to identify the most efficient outcomes. For supply chain, this means faster, energy efficient routes that can cut costs and emissions. That is critical in a world with mounting resource challenges. As you know, in supply chain, 30 to 40% of the food is wasted during transportation. All that can be en pass. Imagine the difference it will make in agriculture, pharmaceuticals, and energy when we move from classical computational limits to quantum-powered breakthroughs. This is a fundamental shift, and it's coming faster than most expect.
Wow, that's incredible. And you are already integrating quantum science with agriculture at the Tree of Life biotechnology. Can you explain how quantum principles can improve the agricultural productivity?
Right. So at TOL Biotech, we use quantum principles to address challenges that standard methods can't solve efficiently. Now, here's how quantum science can directly benefit agriculture the way we do. Quantum algorithms, they can be used for crop health and yield prediction. By using quantum algorithms based on probability amplitude, we can predict crop health, optimal harvest times with very high precision. Now, traditional models, they give averages. Quantum models, they process multiple data points in parallel, producing faster, more accurate predictions. Now, this means farmers can plan effectively and reduce waste. In addition, it can do optimizing their photosynthesis efficiency. Quantum mechanics, it governs the electron transport chains in photosynthesis. Now, we are applying quantum models to understand and eventually enhance photosynthesis rates, theoretically increasing crop yields. With just a 1% improvement in photosynthesis, global crop output would see massive gains. And quantum science gives us the tools to unlock that potential. If you look at precision irrigation and soil management, we can use quantum enhanced sensors. We track soil health variables like pH and nutrient levels at a molecular level. Quantum data processing identifies patterns and needs in real time. This allowing for precisely targeted irrigation and fertilization, saving water and improving soil health over time. Now, this is just the tip of the iceberg, which I just mentioned. And these applications can bring quantum science out of theory and directly into practical, sustainable agriculture. It's about using quantum insights to make real, measurable differences for farmers and, more importantly, the environment.
Wow, that's really incredible. And just out of curiosity, how would you see something like AI advancing with the advancements of quantum computing? Will we see them find a home with each other? Will we see some interoperability between AI, quantum computing, and the blockchain? How will these systems advance simultaneously?
AI, blockchain are embedded together on a common fabric at this moment. As we speak, the embedding is going faster and more. If you see the scenario just about 2 years ago, nobody knew about AI. Nobody, hardly barely 0.01% of the population knew about the potential of blockchain and AI. Nowadays, if you see, the figure has increased to 2 to 3%. People are aware what the layer. For me, they are part of the same basket. AI, blockchain, and quantum sciences, they are embedded together. And also today we can talk about some futuristic technologies which are going to herald the way people talk about AI. I would like to present some new technologies which are going to be the force and game changers 5 to 10 years from now.
So going back through history, from the race to encrypt messages in World War II to systems like the blockchain, which is much more secure means of data transferring. Cryptography has been progressive since its inception, and since the early days of the internet and Web 1, as us degens like to call it, it went from view-only web pages to Web 2.0, which saw the rise in global connectivity and monetization, which brought a need for stronger cryptographic methods to secure data. Now, as we move to Web 3, we see a rise in things like blockchain and AI. And given this historical context, can you explain how the arrival of quantum computing could reshape both the blockchain and specifically cryptographic systems?
That's a crucial question. Quantum computing has the potential to be both disruptive and transformative in the realms of blockchain and cryptography. Here's why. If you see the impact on cryptography, quantum computing challenges current encryption methods. Algorithms like the RSA or the elliptic curve cryptography, they rely on mathematical problems that are virtually unsolvable by classical computers within a reasonable time frame. Quantum algorithms, if you see, particularly Shor's algorithm, they can factor large numbers exponentially faster. Now, this means quantum computers could theoretically break these encryptions, exposing vulnerabilities across critical data systems. Now, I have mentioned theoretically because I don't want to mention about the practical part right now to create a buzz in the systems now. To stay ahead, cryptographic systems need to pivot towards quantum-resistant algorithms such as lattice-based, hash-based, and multivariate quadratic equations. If you see in terms of blockchain's security, blockchain security lies in its cryptographic foundation. If a quantum computer can compromise these cryptographic keys, the security of blockchain transactions and wallets could be at risk. Digital signatures and hash functions, they are core to blockchain's trust model. They would require quantum safe algorithms. Now, developing blockchains that are inherently quantum resistant is an emerging priority. Now, if you talk in terms of decentralization and speed, quantum computing can increase the speed and efficiency of blockchain networks by handling computations simultaneously. Now, this could revolutionize consensus algorithms like the proof of work or the proof of stake, the POW or the POS. Now, this allows faster block validations and reduced energy consumption. The quantum enhanced proof of stake that could bring blockchain to new levels of scalability without sacrificing security or decentralization. Quantum AI, we bought that in blockchain since a few years, and quantum computing also enhances AI capabilities, as we discussed a bit earlier. And quantum-powered AI can optimize and secure blockchain systems by identifying fraud patterns or optimizing resource allocation in real time. Now, this will bolster the blockchain's role in fields like supply chain transparency or global finance. And blockchain computing will fundamentally reshape blockchain and cryptographic systems by raising the bar and driving the adoption of quantum resistance measures and opening doors to efficiency and scale previously unimaginable with classical computing.
Well, that's incredible. And on that topic, could you give like a realistic roadmap of when we'll see something like quantum computing in more of a mainstream use?
Certainly, quantum computing is advancing quickly, but mainstream adoption will require several stages of development. Now, you asked for a roadmap. I'll give you a realistic roadmap based on current progress. I'm not talking about this roadmap in terms of isolated pockets like the way we are progressing, but in terms of a general consensus of roadmap. If you take the next 5 years, let's say 2024 to 2029, we'll see quantum computing as a cloud-based service becoming more accessible to specialized industries like companies like IBM, Google, Rigetti. They are already providing quantum processing power through cloud platforms. Now, during this phase, quantum computing will primarily be used in research, optimization tasks, and specialized fields like material science, drug discovery, and financial modeling. Quantum error rates will improve, but true fault tolerance that will need for highly reliable computations is still a few years out. In terms of 5 to 10 years, let's say 2030 to 2034, quantum computing will make more substantial impacts on industries that are more rely on complex simulations like climate modeling, cryptography, and logistics. By this time, we can expect quantum advantage in selected use cases where quantum computers, they outperform classical systems in practical applications. Now, companies, they will increasingly develop hybrid quantum classical systems to tackle problems previously unsolvable by classical computing. Now, this period also, I believe, will see the emergence of quantum resistance cryptographic standards to secure data against quantum decryption capabilities. Now, let's go even beyond that 10 to 15 years, let's say 2035 to 2040. Quantum computing will start more generalized mainstream usage. By now, fault tolerance quantum systems should be more feasible. We will see quantum hardware integrated into data centers for specific tasks like finance, supply chain management, and healthcare. They will use quantum computing for real-time optimization decision-making. AI and machine learning processes will leverage quantum systems. This will be for advanced training, speed, accuracy, etc. And this will bring real-time data analysis capabilities to everyday applications. And if you look even beyond that to 2040 and beyond, we will see true mainstream adoption that will involve the integration of quantum computing into everyday consumer business applications. At this stage, we'll see robust quantum systems that operate reliably and are accessible enough for broad application in data processing security, AI, and logistics. This will reshape how we approach complex challenges. Quantum computing has a staggered path, I will say, to mainstream use, with industry applications emerging first, with broader adoption following as the technology matures. It's a gradual but transformative evolution that will happen our computational capabilities and tackle challenges beyond our reach. As I said, this is a general approach. There are pockets and fields of research like the way what we are doing, which is advancing leaps and bounds. And if you look in the exponential curve maturity, 10 years work, what I just mentioned is being done in precisely 17 months. That's how we are modeling our applications and going ahead.
So time is definitely of the essence. And on that topic of roadmap and time, I wanted to make a question around efficiency and time management. So going back to your postdoctorates in the diverse subjects that you specialize in, and you can fly planes, you can be a CEO, a leader, a visionary, all at the same time, while also maintaining a healthy life, having the time to collect 215 LinkedIn Top Voice Awards, which I'm pretty sure must be a Guinness World Record. And you still have the time to be a very good human being and the time to allow yourself to do more research. And we see other greats, such as Elon Musk, managing to have the time to do similar things, being able to build rockets, build cars, be involved in presidential elections, and also make many tweets a day, as well as being in the top 20 for his favorite video game. So going on the question of time management, how important is it to be a master of your time? And where do you get some of your time management skills from?
Thank you for the question. So alongside practical time management, I draw on principles from esoteric sciences and holistic healing. That has deepened my understanding of energy and mental clarity. Now, managing multiple roles effectively is about structuring priorities and knowing where to focus the energy. Now, a few principles they have guided me for building technology. That is, define clear priorities. Now, in technology, what happens normally is we get sidetracked by new ideas. So setting specific goals, whether daily, weekly, or quarterly, that keeps my work aligned with what truly matters. For example, I prioritize projects that directly contribute to our mission at TOL Biotech or advance my research in quantum science. Also, I do compartmentalization and allocate time blocks. For example, I schedule distinct blocks of time for each role. When I'm in a research-focused time block, for example, I tune out everything unrelated. Compartmentalization, that keeps my focus sharp and minimizes the mental fatigue of task switching. And I extensively use technology for efficiency. I rely on tech tools that simplify and automate my tasks. For example, AI-driven scheduling tools to help coordinate meetings efficiently. I use data analysis software that speeds up my research workflow. I delegate routine tasks to my team, which allows me to focus on high impact areas that require my direct attention. To maintain energy, I make health a priority. Of course, the background in the Indian Armed Forces was helpful, where we are taught to run starting from a kilometer to run marathons. So consistent sleep, physical activity, and diet, they are non-negotiable. So I set aside time to disconnect and give my brain a chance to recharge. And sustained productivity is impossible without balance. Now, the disciplines I work on, if you see quantum science or systems thinking and technology, they overlap significantly. By focusing on fields that intersect, I built a skill set that complements my projects and minimizes the need to constantly switch gears. And I regularly review what's working and adjust. Efficiency isn't static. It's about constant refinement. And every week, I assess my methods to see where time is well spent and where adjustments can be made. So in technology, efficient work habits can compound over time, just like in physics, where small changes to energy alignment can produce exponential outcomes. So to sum up, the key is focus, strategic use of tools, and regular self-assessment.
That was very, very, very motivational. I'm going to take lots of pointers on that, and I hope my all of my audience do too, because not only does it apply for personal life, but professional life as well. I think you hit some very important points there. So thank you very much for that, answering that question, Dr. Thomas. That was incredible. Going on to the next question. How do you envision the blockchain and quantum computing interconnecting? From a recent research paper that I see you published, could that be through quantum node communication? Can you explain this in Latin terms for my audience, please?
Certainly, the intersection of blockchain and quantum computing, that is exciting because each technology that enhances the other's capabilities. Now, a few pointers on what I see in straightforward terms. Quantum node communication, if you talk about that in blockchain, nodes communicate to validate transactions across a decentralized network. And in quantum node communication, this takes it a step further by using quantum particles or qubits to share information instantly. Now, this means that blockchain nodes could communicate with virtually zero delay. That improves transaction speeds and scalability significantly. Blockchain security today relies on cryptography, while quantum computing can potentially break this. But quantum cryptography, specifically if you talked about QKD or quantum key distribution, that can protect blockchain networks by creating encryption that is nearly impossible to hack. That will make blockchain data even more secure as we enter the quantum era. If you take the consensus mechanisms, for example, blockchain uses consensus mechanisms like proof of work to verify the transactions. But these can be slow and resource intensive, which costs money because every second of the network costs money as well as green energy. So quantum computing, this allows for quantum-based algorithms that would make these consensus processes faster and more energy efficient. Now, this will let the blockchain networks handle more transactions with less power. In simple terms, quantum computing and blockchain together, they create a system that's faster, more secure, and better suited for handling massive amounts of data. In the general domain, we are not there yet, but ongoing research into quantum nodes and quantum enhanced security, that is bringing the vision closer to reality, even in the general domain.
So with further investments and research into that field, especially based off of your recent research paper, I think it's paramount for sectors like the financial industry to be able to really take control of things like this. Not take control of it as per se, but to help make the advancements and help fund and fuel these advancements and these innovations. Because not only can it make their systems a lot more secure, I'm sure we'll all rest happier at night knowing that there's a lot there's a lot lesser of a chance for hackers to be able to get our money. So I think that's a very important thing, and I would hope that a lot of investors and stuff like that start to push for further innovation in these areas. And on that topic, with your extensive background, obviously you've overseen technology developments of all types. For example, even when you were when you were in the Navy. In your words, how will quantum computing compare? Will it be more disruptive than blockchain technology, from what we've been speaking about so far, it certainly sounds like it will be. So how can we best prepare for that?
You're right. Quantum computing, it has the potential to be far more disruptive than blockchain in different ways. So let's see how they compare. If you look at the fundamental scope, blockchain is primarily a tool for data integrity, decentralization, and transparency. It's transformative within certain applications like finance, supply chain, security, discussed. Quantum computing, however, impacts computation at a foundational level. It changes how we solve complex problems across fields, from material science to cryptography to pharmaceuticals and AI, at speeds that classical computers cannot match. In terms of computational power, quantum computing works on superposition and entanglement, as we keep repeating, but it allows us to perform many calculations simultaneously. For tasks like optimization or cryptographic analysis, this means solving problems that could take classical computers thousands of years in mere seconds. This level of computational power extends beyond blockchain and affects all industries like healthcare or logistics or climate modeling. In terms of security, blockchain relies on cryptographic methods, which quantum computers could easily break in no time. So quantum computing introduces quantum resistance encryption methods, fundamentally altering how we secure data. So this is what we've been working on. What happens is by the time the world gets ready with quantum computing and day-to-day applications, we already have the quantum resistance encryption methods in place for it to be used in day-to-day work. So while blockchain adds security within the current tech limits, quantum computing will redefine those limits. And if you look at wider industry applications, blockchain is a specialized technology useful in any context that requires secure, decentralized records anywhere in any industry. But quantum computing, every scientific and industrial field, from optimizing logistics, advanced drug discovery, if you look at quantum computing, can accelerate research and innovation globally. So in summary, while blockchain technology revolutionizes how we handle data, quantum computing will redefine what's computationally possible. It goes beyond finance and security. It will touch every aspect of industry and science, making it more foundational, a shift in technology.
Wow. So on that point, what are some of the cryptographic techniques that are commonly used in the blockchain today that are best at risk from advancements in quantum computing and things such as Shor's algorithm?
Yeah, great question. See, quantum computing, particularly Shor's algorithm that you mentioned, that poses a significant risk of the core crypto techniques that are currently used in blockchain. Now, I will talk about some current breakdown and most at-risk methods. First, the most popular RSA encryption. That is still widely used to secure data transmission in blockchain-related systems. It relies on the difficulty of factoring large prime numbers. But Shor's algorithm, it can break RSA by factoring these numbers exponentially, faster than classical methods. Now, this makes RSA encryption highly vulnerable to quantum attacks. If you met me in the year 1994, I would say ECC is the best. Elliptic curve cryptography, and it's virtually unhackable, I would have mentioned there. It's popular in blockchain systems for creating digital signatures. If you see Bitcoin and Ethereum, they use ECC for transactional security. It is efficient and it requires, the main thing is it's part of the ellipse. The keys are much smaller than RSA for similar security. However, quantum computers with Shor's algorithm can solve the mathematical problems behind ECC efficiently, again, putting it at risk being compromised. If you look at the digital signatures like the ECSA, the elliptic curve digital signature algorithm that is used to verify transactional security, ECDCA, just like the ECC, is susceptible because it's based on the hardness of the discrete algorithm problem. A sufficiently powerful quantum computer could forge digital signatures and undermine the entire blockchain security. In terms of the different Hellman key exchange that was used in the past since many decades for secure communication channels, that also relies on the difficulty of discrete logarithm problem. Now, quantum computing renders this approach is very vulnerable, and it can make secure communication blockchain potentially unsafe. So to protect blockchain from quantum threats, the industry and we have been exploring quantum-resistant cryptographic techniques like the lattice-based or the hash-based algorithms, which are designed to withstand quantum attacks. Though in the general parlance, I'll mention it's still early stages, but transitioning blockchain systems to these methods will be crucial for future-proofing against quantum advancements.
Well, and that was going to lead on to my next question also about what steps can be taken to help secure the blockchain, because especially for me, we don't want to see Bitcoin go to zero, but it could be possible. So it's I'm very grateful that we have great minds like yours to help us transcend and prevent things like that. Prevention is better than cure.
Certainly.
And on that topic, out of curiosity, I would love to know, what is your favorite crypto project and why?
Right. So talking the earlier part of the question, what steps, we can adopt quantum resistant algorithms like lattice-based, hash-based, code-based. We can implement hybrid cryptographic systems. Organization can adopt classical and quantum resisting algorithms together hand in hand. We can focus on quantum key distribution, QKD. We can prepare an infrastructure for post-quantum networks. Instead of we can have post-quantum networks. We can engage in regular crypto audits, and research and collaboration is important. Now, coming to the latter part of the question, I'd have to say that Quartal is one of my favorite crypto projects, and here's why. Quartal is more than just a blockchain. It's designed to create a truly decentralized internet and empower users with control over their data, transactions, and digital identity. It's essentially building a peer-to-peer ecosystem where security, transparency, and user control comes first. Unlike many blockchains that still rely on centralized points of control, Quartal operates on a unique system where every participant has a role in securing and maintaining the network. This aligns with the original vision of blockchain as a fully decentralized technology. Data privacy, it's becoming so important. We can hear that all the time in the news regarding lawsuits. So Quartal's emphasis on user ownership of data is powerful. So users own their digital identities, transactions, and interactions within the platform. It's a model that could transform how we think about privacy and data during the digital space. Quartal is also taking steps towards quantum resistance, an area I believe is crucial as we approach a quantum future. Now, by prioritizing secure, decentralized data handling now, quantum is preparing for a long-term relevance, even in a quantum-enabled world. That is most important. So Quartal doesn't just focus on transactions. It's about creating a decentralized network where users can share files, create decentralized networks, websites, communicate without relying on centralized servers. It's tackling issues beyond currency with the potential to decentralize how we connect online entirely. So for me, Quartal represents a practical approach to the ideals of decentralization, security, and privacy, with a vision for an open digital space that's more resilient and user-driven. It's a project that understands where blockchain can truly make an impact, not just in finance, but in how we use the internet itself.
And I think that's a really, really important subject. And I've been a big fan of Cortland myself for the last 2 years as well. Just the ability to have an egalitarian, fair system and to have a system that's built for human utility rather than monetization. And I think that it's one project that I've been screaming about from the hilltops. I've been telling everyone about, and I think it's going to see it's going to see history repeat itself. At the beginning stages of the internet, people thought it was a fad. At the beginning stage, and look where the internet got to today. We all rely on it for everything now. Bitcoin's very similar. We've just seen Bitcoin overtake silver and the big oil conglomerates, and Bitcoin is about to perhaps overtake Google in terms of its overall value. So with Corhole kind of sitting there in the background as an underdog, I do see a lot of potential for it in the future. So I'm very glad that you mentioned that. So that's pretty
Sure.
cool. So also, Dr. Thomas, I wanted to ask some other out of the blue questions. With your extensive experience and your extensive background in global research and innovation, can you tell us how your work is impacting areas as diverse as agriculture, satellite communication, nanotechnology, and even theories around time? What is the big picture for how these advancements could possibly change the world?
Absolutely. And thank you for the question. My research and innovation work is built on connecting scientific principles across fields. And that is aiming for breakthroughs that create real world solutions while expanding our understanding of what's possible. So here's how some of these areas intersect and what they could mean for the future. In terms of agriculture and space agriculture, traditional agri, we face soil degradation, climate change, water security, scarcity. So we're using quantum models and nanotechnology to improve resilience in crops. So what we do is we use satellite-based systems. We can monitor and respond to soil and crop health in real time. And as we explore agri in space, the same principles are critical for self-sustaining ecosystems. Now, these allow crops to thrive in environments with very, very limited resources. If you talk in terms of satellite communication and quantum networks, satellites, are essential for data transmission and global communication. So what we do in quantum networks is we're developing quantum secured communication channels. Now, this could make satellite data invulnerable to interception. This has implications in sectors, again, like finance, national security, and any industry that relies on secure long-distance data exchange. In terms of nanotechnology, that is the frontier of precision in agriculture. We're using nanosensors to monitor plant health at the molecular level. For engines, nanoscale materials, they reduce wear and enhance fuel efficiency. They extend the life of the machinery. And this approach, it scales across various fields, from medical devices to aerospace engineering, where precision directly affects performance and durability. In terms of a favorite subject of mine, that is time travel and theoretical physics, I've been exploring quantum mechanics potential for insights into the fabric of time. While true time travel remains theoretical, again, in the general balance, understanding quantum entanglement and temporal mechanics, that will allow us to manipulate time on a micro scale. That will improve processing speeds, data transfer, and even biological processes. Now, this area in the general balance is still in the infancy, but represents an exciting possibility for revealing aspects of science we can only speculate. And also, I'd like to mention is that by pushing the limits of quantum science, we are uncovering phenomena that has been hidden until now. As we all know, we only know 4% of the universe and 4% of science. 96% is hidden. For example, understanding quantum states and wave functions, that allows us to observe and potentially manipulate matter in ways that open doors in computing, material science, and even energy generation. So the big picture, each of these advancements, they don't stand alone, they interact. So improved agricultural resilience can lead to better food security, quantum secured satellite networks. They can create safer communication, nanotechnology that enhances efficiency across industries, and advances in theoretical physics that could redefine our understanding of time and matter. It's about merging innovation and practical applications and setting the stage for a world where technology addresses fundamental human needs while exploring new scientific horizons.
Wow, and I've been very grateful over the last 2 years to get to see some of your work, Professor Mandel's work, and the likes of Professor Santilli. And I trust that from a young age, I was always a big fan of Star Wars and Star Trek. It's starting to really feel like it could be a reality in the very near future, or at least some of those things that we would have thought would have been science fiction to definitely be a reality. But I suppose that just fuels innovation, passion, and imagination, which I think is a key tool to being able to unlock some of the mysteries of the universe, because we all have hidden pathways that connect us to the universe, and it's about being connected and speaking and learning from each other, where we can start to unlock some of those abilities. So it's really truly truly exciting. And Dr. Thomas, on that topic, your work spans such a vast array of fields, from quantum science, agriculture, space technology, nanotechnology. What is your vision for the future of scientific innovation, and how do you see your research impacting the world for generations to come?
Joshua, my vision for scientific innovation is twofold: to address the immediate needs of humanity and to explore the fundamental principles that could redefine what's possible. It's about creating tangible solutions while uncovering the science that shapes our universe. Here's how I see this playing out, since you asked. If you talk in terms of the bridging quantum science and practical applications, my research, as you know, is grounded in quantum science, a field that holds answers to some of the most pressing issues of our time. By applying quantum principles to optimize processes in agri, energy, or material science, we can create systems that can operate with unprecedented efficiency and sustainability. Now, this has profound applications, from reducing water usage in farming to developing new energy sources that are clean and reliable. For me, innovation isn't just about technological advancement. It's about sustainability. In agri, for example, our work with quantum-enabled, premium engineered biochar, which is transforming soil health and carbon sequestration, creating resilient systems that support both food security and climate mitigation. Now, these are practical changes that don't just benefit today's farmers, they protect our ecosystems for all future generations. I believe space exploration is essential for humanity's growth. That is why we have spent a lot of time in space agriculture. How is it? Can we grow potatoes and tomatoes in Mars and Pluto, on the moon, etc.? That has taken a lot of my time. By developing self-sustaining agri systems that can function in space, we are preparing an era where humans can thrive beyond Earth. Now, our work in space agriculture and quantum secured communication network, that lays the foundation for safe and productive space missions, ensuring that exploration is both viable and sustainable. Quantum mechanics has given us glimpses into the underlying structure of time and reality itself. And my research into quantum entanglement and temporal mechanics is part of an effort to deepen our understanding of these phenomena. If we can better understand the quantum fabric of the universe, we will unlock new dimensions of energy, matter, and even time itself, with impacts ranging from computing to space travel. And ultimately, my vision is to integrate scientific discovery with human progress. By pushing the boundaries of quantum science, nanotech, and sustainable solutions, I hope to lay the groundwork for a world where technology serves both our present and future. The aim is not just to innovate and to make each innovation a step forward to a more secure, equitable, and advanced society. In every project, I focus on the practical applications with a vision to the future. I believe that by combining rigor and research with a commitment to tangible impact, we can set the stage for a transformative change. And my hope is that this work contributes to science and lead to more Nobel laureates working in this area. And this is not just a personal accolade for me, but it's a testament to the value of innovation that serves humanity.
And I think that's a really, really powerful statement you just made there. And I really connect with that because just myself, I have six sisters, one brother, two sons. I care about the future of humanity, and I know that's not the same for every human being in the planet right now, but it gives me so much hope hearing somebody like you talking about the future in that context. So I really admire it, and it's very motivational. So I must thank you for all your efforts. You're willing to go through to make humanity more prosperous. So I really appreciate that, sir. And yeah, wow, that just kind of blew my mind. That was so motivational. Um, on that topic, can you tell us about any recent breakthroughs that might sound like science fiction, but could soon be a reality?
Absolutely. We are in a phase where research breakthroughs are turning science fiction into plausible reality, like you mentioned. So let me share a few developments that are genuinely pushing the limits. Quantum photosynthesis for agriculture. Now we are developing quantum models that mimic and potentially amplify photosynthesis. Very, very important. That's actually the core process by which plants convert sunlight into energy, as we all know. In the early tests, we have seen that plants using quantum techniques absorb sunlight with up to 30% more efficiency. The implications are staggering. This would
Wow.
enable crops to grow in low light, arid conditions, and provide a path to food security in harsh environments and revolutionize indoor farming. Now, with enhanced photosynthesis, we are essentially harnessing nature's engine to combat food shortages and reduce dependency on chemical fertilizers. In terms of controlled time manipulation at the quantum scale, which is one of my favorite pet projects, our research into quantum entanglement and temporal mechanics is shedding light into how we may control time that in limited targeted ways. For example, by altering the rate at which some certain quantum processes occur, we are able to speed up data transmission and computation speeds. One practical outcome we are aiming for this is using these principles to accelerate chemical reactions. Think of pharma production lines where drug synthesis times are cut by 90%. This has enormous implications, not just for industry, but everyday technologies as we push computing capabilities beyond anything sees, seen before, like even in Moore's law. So another is self-healing nanomaterials. Now, in
Hmm.
partnership with some material scientists, we are developing nanomaterials capable of repairing themselves upon damage. Now, this relies on nanobots programmed with molecular level interactions to identify and repair structural weaknesses. For example, in space, we have tested this in space. Maintenance is almost, as you know, impossible.
Mhm.
These materials could be used to build satellites or space habitats that automatically restore their integrity when struck by micrometeorites. We have seen similar applications on Earth, bridges and infra built from these materials. They could automatically heal cracks or stress fractures, enhancing their lifespans and reduce costly repairs. In terms of quantum key distribution for global communication, imagine a communication network that's truly immune to hacking. Quantum
Self-healing
key,
networks.
yes,
Yeah.
absolute, Joshua. And quantum key distribution uses the principles of quantum superposition and entanglement, as you know. They generate encryption keys that are instantly detectable if tampered with. In practice, this means that any attempt to intercept or alter data between two parties, like the common terms, the man-in-the-middle attack, that is immediately obvious, and that allows secure, unbreakable communication channels. Now, we are piloting QKD technology in high secure sectors, but the end goal is a global communication system where personal, financial, and national security data are absolutely safeguarded. In terms of quantum-based molecular discovery, we're using quantum algorithms to simulate the molecular structures for new materials and pharma industry that would be virtually impossible to design using classical methods. For example, they have recently simulated a molecule with enhanced magnetic properties that could change the way data is stored. This has massive potential, from creating smaller, high-capacity data storage to making breakthroughs in medical therapies by identifying molecules with optimal binding properties. Now, each of these areas, I can talk about many areas, but they represent a leap forward. By applying quantum science and nanotech, practically, we are not just envisioning a future of enhanced productivity and security. We are building the tools and systems to make it happen. These breakthroughs could transform industries, healthcare, communication, agri, infra, making them more resilient, efficient, and accessible on a global scale.
And I would like to definitely add one more industry to that quantum science is positively affecting, and that's energy. From
Sure.
magnegas to linear hyperfusion reactors, the ability to be able to create plasma and the future of energy sources. I think that's also some pretty cool stuff where we're seeing some breakthroughs in quantum science, thanks to people like Professor Santilli and yourself. So that is truly remarkable to see how many industries are going to be transformed over the next 100 years. I hope I get to see all of them.
You
God willing, God willing. So, Dr. Thomas, on that point of talking about things that almost seem distant in the future, like science fiction, but they're not, they will be a reality. Talking about teleportation and interdimensional travel are often seen truly as science fiction. But based on your research, how close are we to achieving breakthroughs in these areas, and what practical applications are you exploring?
Teleportation and interdimensional travel may seem like concepts from science fiction, but our recent research is bringing us closer to the foundational breakthroughs that could make parts of these areas feasible. Now, here's where we currently stand. In terms of quantum teleportation for instant communication, in my recent paper on quantum node communication, we have explored how quantum entanglement allows for the instantaneous transfer of information. Yeah. So this isn't about teleporting physical objects, but transmitting data instantly over vast distances. So what we do is we use quantum nodes, groups of entangled particles, and we create communication channels that defy the traditional speed limitations, which now this can be transformative for space exploration, secure communications, and real-time global communicating. And in terms of exploring the dimensional possibilities, our research has delved into the Bell's theorem and the unique non-local behaviors of entangled particles, which interact with each other regardless of distance. Now, this dimension, it hints at multi-dimensional interactions. Yes, there are multi-dimensions which exist and can be coexist with multiple dimensions. While we're not stepping into dimensions just yet, the data suggests that entanglement might allow us to observe or influence alternate dimensions, open potential applications in advanced computation or parallel data processing. Although teleporting physical objects is a little off, we are achieving real results with quantum data transportation. Now, in terms of our lag experiments, we have successfully transmitted encrypted quantum keys over distances of up to a kilometer with zero data loss. That's very important. Now, this is the groundwork for fully secure instantaneous data transmission. Imagine bank transmissions, medical records, government communications, instant and immune to hacking. And we do this by using the quantum key distribution, specifically the BB84 protocol. We have laid the foundations for practical large-scale quantum networks. And achieving reliable quantum teleportation, it requires overcoming quantum instability. That's very important. So using Shor's code for quantum correction, we've reduced data error rates from 9% to under 2% in a 1 kilometer range. Now, this breakthrough in error correction is crucial for quantum stability, and this potentially can extend to interplanetary distances and maintain accuracy in high security applications. And quantum mechanics, it also opens the doors to altering how we experience and use time. As I believe, time is a dimension that exists only on Earth. It is not there in many other dimensions. So how do we overcome this barrier of this dimension and also explore other parts of the universe? So quantum tunneling and entangled particles, they suggest methods for bypassing the conventional time delays, potentially enable interactions without time constraints. While this isn't cinematic time travel, it allows data transmission beyond current temporal limitations, laying a foundation for faster than light communication. Presently, even in the Einstein-Bose condensate, if you see all the present research, it talks about speed of light as being the ultimatum, but things be extend much beyond that. You can see this is communication instantaneously bypassing distance. While human teleportation and dimensional hopping remains theoretical in the general parlance, our work in quantum communication and entanglement is building practical applications that will soon impact secure global communication, space exploration, and even our understanding of time and reality. So this research brings science fiction concepts closer to a new scientific reality with far-reaching implications.
That is super cool. That's really cool. So yeah, I'm surprised you're not working with the likes of Elon Musk yet to try and occupy Mars. He keeps sending all these fabulous rocket ships up there, but looks like he needs your help and assistance in many ways, and that could be also helping protect his crown jewels of the Dogecoin as it seems to be his favorite project amongst the cryptoverse. So
Absolutely.
hopefully
Yeah.
will we get to see you guys work together at some point?
Hopefully,
I imagine
God
we will.
willing.
Go William, we will. He definitely needs your help. I can see that for sure. And Dr. Thomas, on that point, what would you say to those that are working in tech and finance sectors about investing in quantum safe solutions? And why is it essential to start now? And what impact could it have on emerging projects such as Biochar Cash, Portal, and the rest of Web3?
Thank you for the question. So quantum safe blockchain solutions, they are critical investment in securing the future of decentralized finance and data integrity. Right now, we are standing at a pivotal moment. Quantum computing is advancing faster than many anticipate. And while it offers incredible benefits, it also poses a risk to the traditional encryption methods. So here's why those of us in the tech, finance, and environmental space, they need to act now. The reality of quantum threats. In a few years, quantum algorithms like Shor's algorithm will be capable of breaking widely used encryption techniques. This means that if we don't start developing quantum-resistant blockchains today, any data secured by classical cryptography could be vulnerable. For projects like Biochar Cash and Portal, which aim to support environmental sustainability and digital autonomy, ensuring data security is not just a technical challenge, but a core part of us in TOL Biotech to integrate these principles of quantum science into a mission to ensure longevity. Biochar Cash, for example, has the potential to drive significant funding for carbon capture and health initiatives. However, investors and users will demand absolute trust in the platform's integrity, knowing that their financial support for sustainability is safe from future risks. By adopting quantum-safe solutions the way we do, Biochar Cash could build a robust framework that inspires long-term confidence from both stakeholders and investors. Quartal is already a unique project in the blockchain space. It focuses on true decentralization and user empowerment, and quantum-safe blockchain solutions align with Quartal's vision of data sovereignty by ensuring that user information and assets are protecting against emerging quantum threats. Adopting quantum-resistant algorithms and infrastructure could position Quartal as a model for others, demonstrating that quantum safety is not just future-proofing, but essential for truly decentralized ecosystems. I would say, investing in quantum-safe blockchain solutions, we could create competitive advantages. As the industry catches up to quantum developments, early adopters like Biochar Cash and Quartal will stand out as forward-thinking leaders in the blockchain security. Now, this level of preparation sends a powerful message to investors, users, and the broader tech community that these projects aren't just innovating, they're building resilient systems prepared for the future. In short, investing in quantum-safe blockchain technology is more than just staying ahead. It's about building trust, driving adoption, and ensuring the long-term impact of mission-driven projects. For Biochar Cash and Quartal and similar initiatives, starting early on quantum resistance infra positions them to lead with security, foresight, and real-world relevance.
Well, definitely sounds like on those points we need to capture the attention of the person who seems to be, well, they call him the godfather of crypto, as Elon Musk. And I know he was the only other person to win the Stephen Hawking Award. Is that correct?
Yes, that's right.
So you are already pretty much in the same in the same category. You were both on the same page for the top 100 global influential people of the year.
Yes.
And where he has such an influence over the crypto market, he makes a tweet and he makes people millionaires. I don't know if you've seen recently, but there was a meme token that was put out about Peanut the squirrel. It was a social media influencer who had a squirrel and a raccoon as pets, but he domesticated them and they were his friends. And unfortunately, the local government in the States sent in a government agency to execute the animals, and Elon Musk made a tweet about it, and someone made a crypto coin about it. 100 quid would have nearly made you $500,000 off of some tweets because it got listed on Binance. So I know it's a bit off topic, but I know under the Department of Government Efficiency, Elon Musk wants to install trust, especially into some of the crypto sphere. So I think it's very important that he sees some of these clips and he gets in touch with you, Dr. Thomas, and you guys make some breakthroughs together, because it's important that your work and your research also gets noticed. And I think there's no greater time to be able to do that while the world is in pivot of transition and innovation, but also we're seeing some remarkable things now coming out of America, thankfully, with some big changes to the system. So I'm confident 2025 there will be some big pushes towards innovation and the people that are backing the innovation. So I'm very much looking forward to following your path even more. I stand as a big fan. You've truly inspired me. So I really do appreciate even your time today. I've taken an hour of your time, and that is very valuable. I definitely wouldn't be able to afford your wage for the hour of the time if I was to hire you to come work on a crypto project with me. So I truly appreciate it. So I really appreciate your time. And on that point, I do have one more question for our next podcast attendee. If you can ask them any question, it could be anybody. what question would you ask them?
I would say the stakes have been high. The revolution has already begun, and we need to shape a future where technology empowers humanity at every level, and it is a moment to redefine progress. So my question would be, in your eyes and vision, how do we redefine progress and empower humanity at every level, now and in the years to come?
Well, that's going to be a good question to ask. I'm very much looking forward to getting the answer to that question, sir. And again, I'm going to call to a close to today's podcast, but wow, you just completely blow me. Oh, this is going to be off the topic of the video now, these parts. But wow, that was just absolutely incredible, and yeah, I very much appreciate and thank you for the opportunity for just to be able to interview you today, and be able to spend over an hour of your time. So honestly, I truly really appreciate it, Dr. Thomas.
Thank you, Joshua. I must say, I enjoyed giving perspectives on your very thought-provoking questions. These are not the general type of questions people normally ask. I appreciate your vision, forward thinking, and wish you all the very best.
I appreciate it, Dr. Thomas. And yeah, just on the sign off for the Santilli video, which I've watched, I must say I probably watched about 20 times. I just love watching it. The way you guys signed it off it made me laugh so much. Yeah, Professor Mandel with the peace and prosperity sign, you with this, and Santilli in the background. And yeah, it fuels my motivation to support you guys further, and to make sure the world, or as many people as I can gather to hear your voices, and to hear your research, and to let your voices be heard by more people. And I know many people that are going to follow in my footsteps after me. They better be ready to hear all these stories too. So I really appreciate it. So.
Thank you, Joshua. Thank you. Thanks a lot.